Recorded Books presents an unabridged recording of Moonlight Road by Robyn Carr, narrated by Thérèse Plummer.
Chapter 1. In the 2 weeks Aiden Riordan had been in Virgin River, he'd hiked over 100 miles and grown himself a pretty hefty dark red beard. With his jet black hair and brows, and his bright green eyes, this legacy of his ancestors gave him a wild look. His 4-year-old niece, Rosie, who sported a full head of red curls to go with her green eyes, had said,
"Uncle Aid, you're a white Irish rose, too."
For a man without a mission for the first time since he could remember, this layback time was working out to his liking. Since undergrad and pre-med, he hadn't been without incredibly stiff goals. Now, at age 36, after 14 years in the Navy, he was between jobs, completely unsure where he'd land next, and he felt good about it. Motivation interruptus had turned out to be a delightful state of being. The only thing he was certain of, he wasn't leaving Virgin River before the middle of summer. His older brother Luke and sister-in-law Shelby were expecting their first child, and he damn sure wasn't going to miss that. His brother Sean would soon be home from Iraq and planned a short leave before heading with his wife, Francie, and daughter Rosie to his next assignment, and Aiden looked forward to a little time with them as well. The June sun beat down on him. He wore fatigue pants, hiking boots, and a tan t-shirt with salty perspiration rings under the arms. He was wet down his chest and back and smelled pretty ripe. He carried a camouflage backpack for protein bars and water, and strapped to his belt a machete for clearing any brush that got in his way. He had a ball cap on his head, and his black hair had already started to curl out from under the edges. A 4-foot-tall walking staff had become his constant companion, and since a chance encounter with a too-confident mountain lion, he now carried a bow and a quiver of arrows. Of course, if he ran into a real cranky bear, he could be toast. He wandered up a winding dirt road. It looked like it could be someone's driveway or an abandoned logging road. He was never sure which. He was aiming for a ridge he'd seen from below. At the end of the drive, he came face to face with what appeared to be an abandoned cabin. Experience had taught him the difference. If the path to the outhouse facilities was overgrown, and it was especially...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?